Patrick, a plug-and-play game. I feel like that's been the story of your life here this season, right? With injuries going in and out on offense and defense, yet you guys continue to move forward. How are you guys able to do this?
Yeah, I think it comes from the leadership of the group. Everybody steps up and makes the plays whenever their numbers are called, and we do it. We find ways. I mean, it's not always pretty. It's not always looks the best. But at the end of the day, we're going to find a way to get a win.
Can I tell you what was pretty? The longest run of your career. Did you know that 33-yard run was the longest of your career?
I did not know that was long. I need to get my yards up, though, because 33 is not that long. No, it was. I ended up just cutting back down the sideline, trying to make a play in a big moment, and we were able to get in the end zone.
Yeah, and you got in the end zone there, and your defense lost their mind when you popped the San Francisco defender there. I know you've been giving your defense credit all week long, but they were losing it.
No, yeah, we support each other. We're a big family over here, and I wasn't even really trying to run them over. I was just trying to get in the end zone, and I'm a little heavy, so I got some weight to me, and I ended up getting in there.
5-0 now against Kyle Shanahan and these 49ers. You told me this week the one thing that you really have to take note of is extreme focus, because it's going to take one play. What is it like going up in these matchups with these guys?
Yeah, they're a great football team. They got a lot of great players, and it comes down to little things. We obviously got turned the ball over too many times, but our defense got turnovers, and it's a team game, and we found a way to get a win.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you. Yeah.
Travis Kelce celebrates in the locker room at Levi's Stadium after the end of the Chiefs vs. 49ers game. On Sunday, October 20th, Travis Kelce attended the game between the Chiefs and 49ers. However, after the tense game, Travis Kelce and his teammates celebrated the Chiefs' victory over the 49ers. The Chiefs continued to maintain their undefeated title in the new season. The celebration of Kelce and his teammates was completely deserved. The Kansas City Chiefs continued a run of dominance over the San Francisco 49ers, while also keeping the NFL's only unbeaten record intact. KC had 3 interceptions, including 2 from seldom-used rookies, while continuing to grind out efficiency on offense in a 28-18 road victory on Sunday afternoon at Levi's Stadium. The Chiefs have now won 5 straight against the 49ers, which includes victories in Super Bowls 54 and LVII. KC, at 6-0, also stands as the league's only undefeated team after the Minnesota Vikings lost earlier Sunday. KC's defense frustrated San Francisco quarterback Brock Purdy often, as he struggled late while throwing picks to rookies Chris Roland Wallace and Jaden Hicks. Both players barely saw the field before Sunday's game. Roland Wallace had 1 defensive snap all season, while Hicks, a 4th-round pick, had just 13 plays on defense coming in. Meanwhile, Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes navigated 2 second-half touchdown drives while navigating without 3 injured receivers in Hollywood Brown, Rashee Rice and Juju Smith-Schuster. Mahomes was most impressive on a 33-yard scramble down the sideline where he dodged 2 defenders, then later on the drive, finished a 4th-and-goal play from the 1 by shouldering his way into the end zone on a run. The Chiefs took a 14-6 lead into halftime thanks to impressive defense early. KC bottled up San Francisco's run game and also rushed Purdy into bad decisions with constant pressure. Chiefs safety Justin Reed had an interception, while defensive end George Karlaftis added a sack. The 49ers mustered just 5 first downs in the opening 30 minutes, with 3 coming on their last drive of the half. Meanwhile, the Chiefs spread things around offensively after Smith-Schuster left in the first quarter with a lingering hamstring injury and didn't return to the game. KC tight end Noah Gray set a new career best with 57 receiving yards before intermission, while Kareem Hunt had 2 touchdown runs to complete scoring drives. Chiefs receiver Mecole Hardman had a 4th-quarter rushing touchdown while adding a 55-yard punt return. Hardman now has 5 touchdowns in his last 3 games against San Francisco. Gray finished with 4 catches for 66 yards. The Chiefs will play a road game against the Las Vegas Raiders at 3:25 p.m. Central on Sunday, October 27th. The Chiefs are now the only undefeated team in the NFL, as the Vikings fell to the Lions earlier in the day. The first quarter was a bit chaotic. There was a turnover by both teams, a failed fake punt by the Chiefs, and only a field goal by the 49ers could be added to the board to make it a 3-0 game, but Kansas City found its footing in the second quarter. Kareem Hunt would be the first to find the end zone, punching in a 1-yard score to make it 7-3 KC. He then would add yet another touchdown, this time muscling in a 6-yard score to give the Chiefs a 14-3 lead with 6:45 to go in the half. San Francisco kicked a 24-yard field goal as time ran out, heading into the locker rooms with a score of 14-6 KC. The 49ers would be the first to strike in the third quarter. Brock Purdy ran a quarterback sneak for a 1-yard score to close in on Kansas City 14-12. On the 49ers' next offensive drive, Purdy threw an interception to undrafted rookie cornerback Chris Roland Wallace. And the Chiefs' offense took over. They proceeded to march down the field into the fourth quarter, capped off by a 1-yard rushing touchdown by Patrick Mahomes to take a 21-12 Chiefs lead. The 49ers tried to respond. But as they came close to scoring in the red zone, rookie Jaden Hicks played spoiler, picking off Brock Purdy to halt them there. On the Chiefs' ensuing drive, the Super Bowl 58 hero was once again able to ruin the 49ers' day. Mecole Hardman ran in an 18-yard touchdown to put the Chiefs up 28-12. San Francisco would add a touchdown in garbage time, but it wouldn't matter. Kansas City took this one 28-18. Patrick Mahomes is one of the best, if not the best, quarterback in the NFL, and his impressive skills and passing ability has been a constant nightmare for defenses since he entered the league. In 2017, the superstar quarterback does not shy away from contact, and his running ability helps him avoid getting tackled by powerhouse defensive players. However, the NFL icon still gets rocked from time to time, and the Super Bowl 58 rematch between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers proved just that. At the beginning of the third quarter, Mahomes got rid of the ball just in time to avoid getting hit by 49ers defensive lineman Malik Collins, but still can't avoid getting rocked with a dangerous choke. Mahomes leaned back in pain after the painful hit, and surprisingly enough, the referees did not throw a flag for unnecessary roughness on the play. The Chiefs quarterback is not having his best game at Levi's Stadium with 123 yards on 14 out of 25 passes completed and 2 interceptions. But he also has a rushing touchdown. Kansas City is also getting a boost with an impressive performance by veteran running back Kareem Hunt, who registers 64 yards on 18 carries and 2 touchdowns. Some analysts believe the Chiefs and the 49ers could face each other once again for Super Bowl 59, although Kansas City is having a better season than San Francisco. If the Chiefs hold on to win this Sunday, they will improve their record to 6-0, while the 49ers could fall to a bad 3-4. The Chiefs looked vulnerable at almost every turn this season, but the score at the end of 48 minutes is all that matters. In that category, Kansas City is unblemished. The Vikings' narrow loss to the Lions on Sunday left the Chiefs as the NFL's only unbeaten. And Kansas City handled business in a Super Bowl rematch with the 49ers hours later to ensure that will remain true for at least one more week. If it feels like the Chiefs just don't lose anymore, that's because they don't. It's been nearly 10 months since Kansas City's last loss, despite a slew of close games and nail-biting finishes. Here's what you need to know about the Chiefs' win streak and when it might end. The Chiefs' win streak officially stands at 8, since the regular season is only considered for that purpose in the NFL record books, but it's really 12. Kansas City has won 12 consecutive games dating back to Week 17 of last season, a Christmas loss to the Raiders, who were down to Aidan O'Connell at QB and fired both their head coach and general manager mid-season. Seemed like rock bottom for the Chiefs in 2023. It not only ensured Kansas City wouldn't have a first-round bye to start the playoffs, but it reinforced in many minds that these Chiefs just didn't have enough of an offense to defend their championship. That was wrong, of course. It was rock bottom, but the Chiefs recovered so well that they haven't lost since that day. Kansas City closed out the season with back-to-back wins, one over Jake Browning and the Bengals, another over the Chargers without playing most of their key starters, and they won close game after close game in the playoffs to capture another Lombardi trophy. 6 games into 2024, the results have been similar. The games are close, the offense leaves something to be desired, but the wins are there. To Patrick Mahomes, that's all that matters. A matchup with a hapless Raiders team in Week 8 doesn't look like a serious challenge, even if Antonio Pierce knows how to game plan against Andy Reid. The Chiefs host the Buccaneers in Week 9 and might have a hard time keeping up with a hot Baker Mayfield-led offense, but Tampa Bay's defense has struggled and home field advantage will make Kansas City a moderate favorite. At the very least, it's tough to envision Bo Nix faring well against the Chiefs' defense at Arrowhead Stadium in Week 10. If the Chiefs do get to 9-0, the toughest test remaining on their schedule might be a Week 11 date with the Bills in Buffalo. Kansas City has the Bills' number in the playoffs, but Buffalo has actually won 3 consecutive regular season matchups with the Chiefs, all 3 of which were on the road. With Amari Cooper now in the fold, the Bills have what it takes to give the Chiefs a serious challenge in the regular season. If the Chiefs make it to 10-0, however, start thinking about what it might take to go the distance. The Panthers, Raiders, Chargers, Browns, and Broncos make up 5 of Kansas City's last 7 games. A home matchup with the Texans followed by a date with the Steelers in Pittsburgh on Christmas are 2 of the tougher games. 8 months after the Kansas City Chiefs edged the San Francisco 49ers for a Super Bowl title, the reigning champions prevailed again on Sunday, with the 2 contenders meeting again at Levi's Stadium. It wasn't the cleanest game for Patrick Mahomes, who tossed 2 interceptions while spreading the ball to an injury-plagued receiving corps, but the Week 7 matchup was even uglier for Brock Purdy, whose 3 picks were a byproduct of San Francisco's own battered supporting cast. In the end, Mahomes came up clutch late, as did Steve Spagnuolo's defense, guiding KC to a 28-18 victory to stay undefeated. The Chiefs, now 6-0 on the 2024 season, got 2 touchdowns from running back Kareem Hunt, who once again headlined their remade backfield, as well as an end-around rushing score from wideout Mecole Hardman. Mahomes, meanwhile, was responsible for several crunch-time highlights, including a 33-yard sideline scramble that set up a second-half touchdown drive. And Spagnuolo's D saw 3 different players, including reserve defensive backs Jaden Hicks and Christian Roland Wallace, nab takeaways. The 49ers were without 3 of their top playmakers for much of the matchup, with running back Christian McCaffrey, Achilles, and wide receivers Brandon Ayuk, knee, and Deebo Samuel, illness, all sidelined by the end of the day. Their final touchdown, a sneak by Purdy, came with under 2 minutes to play. To be fair, Anders Carlson was the 3rd kicker for the San Francisco 49ers in the last 3 weeks. Keep that in mind as you try to take in what has to be the most pitiful attempt at an